was your childhood like? Did you grow up in, I'm from Melbourne, so was it Minnow? Is that how you say it?
Oh, well, Minto.
Minto.
But the locals call it Minnow.
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 Right.
Yeah, Minnow. I was born actually in Carlton, so southern Sydney.
Right.
But when I was a year old, we went to Minnow.
Yeah.
And yeah, like an average childhood, like, European family. So I grew up in a shop, in a business. So from 2 weeks old, I was basically in a business. I learnt to, count back change before I went to school.
Awesome.
And I was always working and, school holidays, I was sort of in the kitchen.
What was the shop?
So it was a mixed business, delicatessen.
Oh.
And then we had a coffee lounge as well. Yeah,
Right.
So typical European family, yeah, but always was working. So I wasn't really playing with a lot of kids. We were always in the business.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there's you and your brother.
Yeah.
But then is there a big extended family as well? Or?
Yeah, like there is, but it's not like immediate first cousins and second cousins, because they're all over in Cyprus. But the Greek community, like we call everyone our cousin.
Yeah.
But it's usually like family, friends. So I did have a lot of people around me, but I've always yearned for that really big family.
Yes.
Yeah, I always wanted that because, it was just us.
Yes, same. I look at people who have lots of brothers and sisters, and then I always go, when shit hits a fan, there's always more of you to deal with it as well.
But you know what I've learned is that, see, my brother and I are really, really close. Right. And I think it's because it is just the two of us. We are really close. Where I reckon when there's a lot of siblings, they're not as close. Well, that's my experience anyway.
Right, yeah.
They fight a lot more, where Costa and I just have each other's back. Like, he is like one of my favourite people in the whole wide world. I go to him for everything.
Wow.
He's my younger brother, but he just does everything for me as well.
So
like he's
beautiful.
just he's very supportive, and he's gone to Hong Kong now, which is annoying.
Yes. Because and also to have a brother and a sister that are that close, because normally you'd go, it would be two sisters or two brothers.
Yeah. I mean, we weren't growing up though.
Did you fight a lot?
Yeah, well, he was like he's 3 years younger than me, and
So annoying.
he was annoying, and he was like obsessed with me, and I had to take him everywhere and look after him. And he used to just follow me around, and I used to be so mean to him. Like, I used to tell him he was adopted all the time. And
Wasn't that just the most ultimate insult when you're growing? You're not even real. You're adopted.
I used to, because I was one of those kids, I know it's hard to imagine it. I was like, oh, look at me, take another photo, take another photo. So I had all these photos, posing in every shot. And Costa is just such a quiet person, so he never had a lot of shots of him growing up. I would pull out the family album and go, look, there's no photos of you as a baby. There are no photos because you're adopted. Steal these photos of me. Yeah. I was awful, and he'd make out that he was like really, really cool, and then mum would come home and be like, so Ada said that I was adopted. He'd like crying, then I'd get into so much trouble.
Oh God, don't you look back and go far out? But I was the younger
awful.
one, so I had that.
Right, okay.
I had that abuse growing up as well.
Okay, well, I apologise.
So your folks, so when did they, because they came from Cyprus, right? Are they first?
Yeah, they
first
met here.
generation?
Yes, but they met here.
Right.
So I can't remember. I think my dad came in 1970, mum in 75, just after the war in Cyprus.
Right.
And they met here and got married. It was. I mean, they got divorced when I was 14, and it wasn't a great marriage.
Right. That's a hard time for them to split too. Like 14 is a pretty fragile age for them to that to happen.
Yeah, but I kind of wanted them to.
Wow.
Yeah, they just weren't
right.
happy together,
Yeah.
So, it didn't, I don't think it really affected me that much because they just were always arguing and just didn't love each other and didn't like each other.
Yeah, right.
So I'm glad that they've, gone off on their own way. My dad remarried and quite happy as well. And
do you think they stayed together for the kids?
they did, yeah.
Isn't that amazing where you guys were like, please split up?
Yeah, they stayed together because for me mainly.
Yeah,
so
right.
I did want them to split up. Yeah.
So when they came to you and said, okay, do you remember that conversation?
I actually do, yeah. I remember the first time Mum did it because I was a little bit younger and she thought I'd be really upset by it. And I was like, yeah, can you do it? Like, please.
Right.
And yeah, then they eventually did. I mean, it was awful, because it was just not a great time in our lives.
Yeah.
But they shouldn't have stayed together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.